Hey, I'm Whit. Today, unboxing a couple of cool watches from MMI. They're turret models, a couple of variations, a 300-meter version 2 diver, and a Turret Marine Chronograph. That's next on Watch Wit. Yeah, so I opened the outer box, but this is what we're left with. Just the packaging, an outer sleeve cardboard with their logo kind of embossed in silver, and then the same on the box. And as you open that, we've got a pouch and some playing cards. I don't know what that's all about. Hey, dealt a good hand, though. Nice. This watch came to me from Chris at the Watch Lounge, so I wonder if he had something to do with that. Is this a little running joke I don't know about, or I don't know. Oh, by the way, also thanks to Kevin at Wrong Time Watch for setting me up with the MMI watches here. Okay, so the pouch is like a, it's not leather. I mean, you can tell it's fabric here, can't you? It's not like it's trying to be leather. It is like a microfiber, so pretty slick. And just a wrap. And then you've got the MMI logo on the inside as well. Room for 3 watches if you were to use this in the future. So you got your warranty card here. And watch number 1. Oh. And let me grab number 2 as well. Just so we can... Oh, wow. Oh, I am gravitating towards this one right now. Look at that. So this is the diver in the right, and then the chronograph, obviously, in the left. Very cool. I wanted to do like an unboxing, just one watch. Like do 2 videos, one per instead of the double unboxing. But I think I'll save that for the review. I'll do the review that way, just one at a time. And I'll still do this, kind of go over both watches here in this video. I'll leave chapters down below, though, so if you want to skip ahead, you can. So we'll set the diver aside for now. Save the what I think might be the best for last. I don't know. This is pretty cool, too. So this is their TMC, Turret Marine Chronograph. And this is a Mecha Quartz movement from Seiko. Oh, look at that case shape. That's cool. See, now that's the thing, too. These are pretty much identical. I'll go over the differences, but once you've kind of got there's only a couple of differences, I think, on these 2 watches, other than the aesthetics and looks. But as far as like the cases go and everything, this is built on this case. So this chrono is 40 millimeters in diameter, 47 millimeters lug to lug. You've got 22 millimeter lug width and 12.3 millimeter thickness. That does not include the domed sapphire crystal, though. Let me just see if we get a measurement with that. So 14.3, kind of chunky if you include the domed crystal, and it is pretty well domed, so maybe that's why they didn't. There you go. That background gives you a good idea of that. That might have been why they didn't include that measurement, or rather include the crystal in the measurement. Didn't want to scare anybody away. And it weighs 177 grams with all links on the supplied bracelet. All right, so and it's all 316L stainless steel. The bezel is also stainless steel, the insert, but it's been ion plated, a PVD process, which is physical vapor deposition. And it looks very cool. It's got a gray DLC. So it looks black here, but it's really neat. See, I mean, look at the shine it's got to it. I mean, you'd almost think it's ceramic, right? Or maybe even almost sapphire. It's so glossy. And it's a 120-click unidirectional bezel. It's not very loud, I'll tell you. My microphone's probably not even picking that up. But very solid clicks. Spins pretty easy. You can grip it. It's a little hard to grip it here because of the pushers and the crown, and then it's kind of a flat surface here on the top and bottom. So actually, that's not bad though. Not a whole lot of real estate to grip it, but I feel like that's better than the sides because of the pushers. So let's see. A little bit of back play, not too bad though. And it lines up nicely. This has got Swiss Superluminova X1 grade C3 on the bezel insert, as well as the handset and the indices. I'll give you that loom shot just a little bit here. The dial is an eggshell textured dial to it. Let me see if I can get you an angle. There you go. Ignore that bright white light in the middle, but see if you see that angle, you get that eggshell texture. It's not quite matte, not smooth. Very cool. Sandwich dial as well. You can see that those sub-dials are down at a lower step. Pretty sweet. This is a double dome sapphire crystal with 10 layers of anti-reflective coating on the underside. It's also playing with my lights here a little bit, so it's kind of hard to get you a clean shot, but you get the idea. And notice the dial. You see a lot going on here, obviously, because you got the chronograph function. So you got all these sub-dials, and you see a bunch of handsets going on, but look at the what would be the chapter ring. You notice that is a date, so they have a great, unique way of giving you the date complication here. This is called their rota-date complication, and you can see all the days of the month around the chapter ring, and this indicator here indicates the date. So you see it's by the 6th. Let's talk about the movement. This is a Seiko Hybrid Mecha Quartz VK67A. It uses quartz for the main functions of the watch and a mechanical module for operating the chronograph. And it's business as usual. Top button is the start-stop, and the bottom button is reset. And you'll see with this sub-dial, you've got a 60-minute counter at the top. And this is your running seconds hand. And then there is a 12-hour counter for your chronograph. And the seconds hand for the chronograph has that nice sweep look to it. So the accuracy with this movement is rated at plus or minus 20 seconds per month. And battery life is about 3 years. This uses number 394. You've got a screw down signed crown that is loomed as well. These pushers are not screw down. They just have that appearance, just in aesthetics to match the crown here. Those are not screw down, but you do have 100 meters of water resistance with the screw down case back and the screw down crown. All right, if you're watching the whole video, you're getting a little sneak preview of the diver. That's coming up next. But here is the chronograph, and yeah, look at that signed crown. That's a blowtorch. So pretty cool. First thing I'm noticing is it's definitely busy. That's because they went ahead and loomed all the sub-dial hands. So I doubt you'd really use those in the dark, but yeah, maybe. Seems to be like it's probably just for kind of looks here. But all the indices you can see: handset, chronograph hand, and then the full bezel. And here is your date complication as well. Remember that was over on 6. All right, back with the lights on. Now let's check out this 300-meter diver. Oh, man, that's so sweet. I didn't go over the case too much with the chronograph, so I can show it to you here. You see that vertical brushing on the mid case? That looks very nice. Got a little bit of a chamfer there that is high polish. And then you go back to brushing on the top of the lugs, and another little section right before the end link. Very neat. Oh, that's something else too. I just realized. So that bezel is kind of protected behind 4 corners here. Can you see that? It's almost as if it's down into the case. There you go. That's a good view of it. That's pretty slick. Did that have it here too? I just didn't notice it. Yeah. Like I said, these are pretty much identical. Let me go over some of the differences. But before I do, I forgot to show off the bracelet with the chronograph, which they're identical. So let's look at it now. It's all 316L stainless steel, and you've got a fold-over safety latch, double push button, revealing a milled. Oh, somebody's leaving stickers on. You know I'm not gonna have that. I'm going to take every little sticker off that I see. You know those little protective stickers that are on electronics? Sometimes I find those like on devices that are years old. I peel them right off. I'm a maniac. Milled clasp. You've got 5 micro adjusts. The top part of the clasp is pressed, as it appears to be. But again, a milled scissor portion of the clasp. And these are screw pins for adjustment. Okay, so the differences. This one is just a little thicker because you're talking about a 300 meter diver versus 100 meters on the chronograph. 3.6 millimeters, including the crystal. Sapphire as well, and AR coating. It just doesn't have that bit of that dome. I mean, it could be slightly domed. It looks pretty flat to me, though. So 13.6 millimeters thick. And to remind you, you've got 40 millimeter diameter, 47 millimeter lug to lug, and 22 millimeter lug width. That bracelet does taper down to 20 millimeters at the clasp. And it weighs 191 grams with all links on the supplied bracelet. And the movement is different on this one. You've got a NH35A from Seiko, 21,600 vibrations per hour, hacking and hand winding, and of course your date complication. Let's get into the dial. We'll see what's different with this one. So immediately I see this is silver. So this is reference TRD03. Look at that silver dial. You got a couple of different little sections there, all horizontally brushed. Wow, that's some nice finishing in there. Very cool. So one of the main differences, still got the rota-date, but instead of it being around the outside of the dial, it's more on the interior. And you see that marker there again, identifying the date of the month. Let's check out this bezel. Oh yeah, it feels the same. This one's actually a little more stiff. I don't know if it's from just watch to watch or that's their MO, but a little bit of back play on this one again. Doesn't seem to be consistent from each click though. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see if I can line it up. I'll look off camera. Yep, that's it. Get your 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, lines up nicely. And if you wanted to see the case back, it's just their logo and then a little bit of information around the outside. You see number 4 of 100, Turret version 2, 300 meter water resistance, NH35, sapphire, 316L stainless steel. Quick release on the bracelet as well. All right, and that diver's got some beautiful tricolor loom, I guess, because you see you've got 3 different colors there. You got your C3 green for the handset indices and bezel, and then your yellow around the chapter ring, and your orange for the date indicator. And again, there's that signed crown. That's beautiful. Really love that yellow. It looks like, usually the yellows, reds, orange, they fade pretty quick. But as you can see here, it's starting to die out. But man, when it's bright, it's got a cool little flash to it. Couple of quick wrist shots. Here's the chronograph on my 8-inch wrist. And that double-domed sapphire crystal is not going to let me hide any of these lights. But there you can see. And there's the 300-meter diver. Again, 8-inch wrist. Notice how those brushed features on the bracelet and a little bit of the watch head almost look like they take on a polish effect, huh? It's got a great look to it. So how do you get your hands on one of these two? Well, that's kind of the bad news. These are sold out. They were so popular. I think a lot of the main reason is because the TMC, the Turret Marine Chronograph, was $321 US, and this 300-meter diver, this version 2, was about $288 US. So great prices on these from MMI, a Singapore-based company who's got a few watches under their belt. So this has been a very successful campaign for them. Here's the deal. They've got another new watch coming out this summer, a pilot's watch. And once they get that out, then they may circle back around and do something else with the turret. Not positive, but that's what I'm told, that there may be a chance for a restock. So we'll see how that goes. But you're probably going to start seeing a lot of these on Instagram because they're being delivered. These are the prototypes, but the actual watches, production models, being delivered to their respectful owners May and June of 2022. So what do you think? You dig the chronograph or the 300-meter diver? Leave me your comments down below. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. And make sure you come back and check out the full review for each of these. Like I said, I'll probably try and separate them. I have a hard time keeping videos short, so it's really hard to do 2 watches in one video and not go on forever. So I tried to keep this one a little shorter, but you know, I'm just a watch freak, so I hope you are too. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm Whit with so many watches, so little time and money.